Hello, my people. How are you? Hope everything is good. Yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel again. This is Dembe Arafat. YouTube channel name Dembe the Life Explorer. Today I'm going to share about something else. I'm going to share about something small. I'm going to talk about setting your standard of life first before setting a standard of your living. Because there are two different things. There is setting a standard of living and there is setting a standard of life. Okay, let me first talk about that setting a standard of living, because in most cases people do set standards of living than setting a standard of life. And what I've got to notice that someone who uses an iPhone X and someone who uses an itel phone, they are different phones and one is expensive than the other, but the color remains the one. Someone who drives a Raum and someone who drives a Bentley. A Bentley is expensive and a Raum is cheap, but they always use one route and they always have a destination. Those are standards of living. In most cases, someone puts on a watch, they put on the Omegas, they put on the Rolex, and you can't put on these cheap watches. But all in all, everyone will see time. So don't mind about the standard of living, because standards of living, fine, they are a bit differ, but they always have something in common. Because if you want a watch, someone who puts on a Rolex watch and you put on these minor watches, you will always watch the same thing, which is time. Someone who drives a Bentley and someone who drives a Rawom, they'll all have one destination and they'll use the same route. Someone who uses an iPhone X and someone who uses an itel phone, they'll always have one purpose, is calling, and the caller will remain the one. So let's not focus on the standard of living first, and let's focus on the standard of our lives. So what do I mean by a standard of life? A standard of life has very many things under it. First of all, you have to set a standard of your life, you have to set principles that govern it. You have to set goals. You have to set ambitions and missions of your life. How will you reach to that goal? Which, because before doing anything you have to set a goal, but how will you reach a goal before setting the principles of your life? Like, let me give an example. Like me, I set a principle. Even if you're my friend, even because me I don't club, but even if you're a friend of mine, if it reaches 10 p.m. you tell me, you know what, Arafat, let's go somewhere. I'll tell you, sorry, I don't move at this time. It's not that I don't move at that time, because I always move at night. But you can't bring a program abruptly that, you know what, Dembe, let's do this. My dear, no. I have to be principled. I set my principles that if you to make a program with me, give me that program before, not abrupt, because I always have my before a week starts. Like the program of my week is already set. I know what to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday till Sunday. So you can't just bring your program, interrupt my program because you've brought yours. My dear, sorry. So set principles, set goals, set the principles so that you may reach your goals. What are your missions in life? Because we always say, you know, I have to do this. Cat, like, you find people working, like most youth, we do work, but we don't have missions, or we don't have goals. Sorry, we don't have goals. You find someone working every day, gains money, but if you ask, why are you working? Because he's working because people work. And trust me, even if you get a lot of money, even if you're earning 1M, even if you have your own 500,000 shillings of yoga, you will never gain it. You will never be. It will never develop, because you've not set anything like a goal. But if you set a goal, you know, how much do I get? you get to know that let me say I'm getting 500,000 shillings. On that money, what am I going to do? What am I going to spend? What am I going to save? If at all you're getting 500,000, make sure that at least 200,000 is shillings is being saved. You remain by the 300,000, and then you bargain that due to your expenses. But people mind about setting their standard of living than the standard of life. Remember, the standard of living is expensive to set it, but you gain nothing. If you set the standard of your life, then it will be very easier for you to set the standard of living cheaply. But if you don't set the standard of your life, you'll set the standard of living expensively. And what do you gain in that? Nothing. So therefore, set the standard of your life first, and then the standard of living will follow. Because me setting my standard of living, I have to first set my standard of life. I get to know what am I going to do, what am I supposed to do. Even if I'm holding a phone which is not that expensive like an iPhone X, but does it do what I want it to do? If it's yes, it's enough for me. Where do I sleep? I'm renting, fine. What do I have in my room? Before putting on a Rolex watch, before driving a Bentley, before holding an iPhone X, I set my life. I principalize my life. And by the way, if you principalize your life, like if you set principles of your life, principles that govern your life, no one will ever minimize you. Because always people like people who say the standard of lives. You find someone talking to you, you have to show that person that I'm principled. That person, you say, wow, this person is principled. He will respect you there and then. But if people see that you're not principled, no one will respect you, my dear. So, brethren, I tell you that set the principle of your life first, and then the principle, and then the standard of your living will follow. I say, as Dimbe the Life Explorer, that one who has not subscribed, please subscribe, give it a thumb, so that you don't miss a lot of videos. Okay, guys, bye bye.